Oscar Wilde once said, "Every every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future." Um, every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Um, Part of the reason I like that quote is because I feel as though it's very easy for us as people to assume that uh, people are simple, that they're not complicated or complex, that we can know everything we need to know about a person based on a tiny, tiny bit of data. For some people, all you need is the color of someone's skin to be able to tell. For some, it's how they dress. For others of us, it's where they live. For some people, it's how they talk. But we all do it. We all rush to kind of make these snap assumptions about people. And we do that in part just because it's easier. But I think also sometimes we hold on to those assumptions, and we don't even maybe realize that we're holding on to those assumptions. But we assume that we can know everything there is to know about a person by something simple and trivial. And part of the reason I like this quote by Oscar Wilde is because it reminds us that nobody, it doesn't matter who they are, is all good or all bad. I think I've shared this story before. I remember when Osama bin Laden was assassinated, and I remember hearing that he was in a home with his family. And it struck me that I never once in my entire life to that point thought about Osama bin Laden as having a family. Now I don't know what kind of husband or father he was, right? But it never even dawned on me that this man might have kids that he cared about, that he maybe wanted the best for. It never dawned on me that he might have people in his life that loved him and that he loved, because I'd only ever thought of him as that guy who did these awful, evil things. And he did some horrible things. But the truth is that no matter how pious we may seem, no matter how saintly or godly we may be, each of us has things in our past that we wish weren't there. And they are as much a part of us as the good things we try to present. And no matter how bad we may seem, no matter how much someone may vilify us or turn us into the enemy, there are redeemable things about every human being, right down to those people that we would categorize as the worst in the world. And the distinction between good and bad may not be as clear as we want it to be. The distinction between right and wrong often comes down to perspective. So that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future is something that I think all of us would be wise to keep in mind. That every person we meet has something about them, has a piece of them, maybe even, maybe it's 50-50, I don't know. But every single one of us has a past, things we regret and wish we hadn't done or thought or said. And every single one of us has a future. Every single one of us is worth giving a chance, is worth redemption. That, to me, is the heartbeat of the gospel of Jesus Christ.